we are going to be starting things off this afternoon with where things stand with the UAW strike. About 18,000 workers are on strike across the country, and that includes the expanded targeted strike of GM and Stellantis that was announced on Friday afternoon. Now, the latest from Ford, they say that they are closing some significant gaps on some key issues, but there still is a lot of work to be done before an agreement can be made. So let's head out to Rod Meloni for the latest on what we need to keep watching for this afternoon as we start this week. Hey, Rod, it's good to see you.
Hi, Christy. Thanks for having me on. As best I can tell, they appear to be getting closer at Ford. Now, that doesn't mean that there's going to be a tentative agreement like, in the next hour or two. But as I understand it, the main table negotiations have been pretty hot and heavy over the weekend, and they appear to be getting closer. Yes, there's work to do, no doubt. But if you take a look at what happened with Ford and Unifor over in Canada, the 15% wage hike over 3 years, remember that the UAW contract is for 4, so they're negotiating an extra year. That certainly makes a big difference. And it would appear that they're getting somewhere. And when you consider that Ford gave some retirement security, and also Ford isn't planning on closing plants, which may be difficult for Stellantis down the line, but Ford apparently isn't looking to close any plants, so they were happy to give on that. And so it looks like they're rounding the corner here, rounding the bend. Whether they get a TA in the next day, 2, 3 days, we don't know, but we know that they're getting close, and they've been sort of intimating that, and we'll know more a little bit this afternoon from the UAW as we move forward. But that's encouraging to at least get one of these contracts settled would be good. Then I guess the larger question becomes, what will the impact be on the other two companies, and then eventually on the industry as a whole? So we're certainly watching that.
Any news from workers when they actually saw what came out with the Unifor deal that they were really encouraged about?
Well, you have to believe that with whatever that Sean Payne said last Friday, and then what they read in the Unifor contract today, would lead them to believe that they're going to get something that's very similar to that, and very happily so. So we'll have to see, when they actually get a deal, what the difference is, and whether they are going to be as happy as the uniform Ford family. But I think that it's encouraging for everybody.
All right, Rod, give us a sense of what you're going to be looking at today and where you're headed. I know you're in the truck right now.
Actually, I'm in my own vehicle because we're out here at a Chrysler dealership talking about the efforts that they had to go through to prepare for this strike, what it means, what they've done in terms of inventory, in terms of parts, and being ready for that. So we're going to be talking to a dealer. We'll hear from them, and we'll also be talking a little bit about what the Ford deal, the uniform deal, could mean for the UAW going forward here, just as we've talked about now.
All right, sounds good. Rod Meloni live for us. Appreciate it, Rod. We'll talk to you a little bit later on. We'll see you for Local 4 News 4, 5, and 6 tonight.